150 years of history can be found here on the campus of Cushing Academy. Here amidst the rolling hills of Ashburnham, Massachusetts, we get an insider's look into the school's storied hockey history. I'm Joel Idelson, and this is New England Hockey Journal. Usually the pursuit of achievement requires sacrifice. But when your life calendar is barely 14 years old, what do you know about self-sacrifice? For the thousands of young teens who attend private boarding schools throughout New England, they learn very quickly what they don't know. And yet that same gene that seeks lofty achievement is why you may find yourself at Cushing Academy. If your calling is rigorous academics and competitive athletics, the rolling hills of Ashburnham, Massachusetts may be your nirvana.
It's kind of cool that that everybody wants to be here, and not everybody can come. It's kind of nice to feel that way. And you can walk around, and people ask you, where do you work? And you say, I work at Cushing Academy, and they already know about it. They already know the history behind it. They already know who played here. They already know the program, and sometimes they want to be here as well. And it's hard because not everybody can be here.
Cushing it's so open, it's so accepting. It is just a family. That's the biggest thing I think of Cushing as being my family. Anyone that I meet, even if we didn't go to school here at the same years, I feel like we have an instant bond. So I would say that the Cushing family, the openness, the welcoming community, and just how much people care here is the biggest thing that stands out to me.
One of the questions our admissions team has recently come to ask as a lead is, what are your dreams and what can we do to help you realize those dreams? And so kids come in and know that we're an inquiry-based place. We're starting with their questions, and everything grows from there.
Cushing is a family. This place is a family, and I think the one reason that Cushing has done so well over the years is because we care about our kids. We make a commitment to our kids. All coaches, one of the things I stress is trying to instill in our coaches that you're a coach, but you also got to make sure that you do the other things correctly. The life lessons, you have to teach the life lessons.
A lot of times when I talk to the girls that are looking at Cushing, I talk about the structure of the school that you might not get somewhere else, where the community is so small and we're such this tight family community that everybody wants your dream to come true, or whatever it might be, they want that for you. So for better or for worse, you can't really, like I said, you can't hide from anything. If you are doing poorly in class, everybody knows. If you are doing great in class, everybody knows. If you won a game on Saturday and you had a big game on Wednesday, everybody knew what was going on in your life. So I think something that Cushing has is just the involvement of the entire community in your life.
As you can imagine, coming in as a freshman, living away from home for the first time is a little scary, but it was something that I had always wanted and I pushed for. I really wanted the best opportunities for myself, not just in hockey, but to grow and develop as a person.
My experience at Cushing was an amazing one. I was a young kid from Worcester, Massachusetts. Showed up on campus not really knowing what to expect or kind of what was happening and what was going on, and I was kind of naive. Kind of grew up in a small little bubble in Worcester, not knowing too many different cultures and experiencing too many things. And when I showed up at Cushing, there was all kinds of cultures and different nationalities of people. And to this day, the 3 years I spent at Cushing were some of the best times of my life. All the people here were so caring, so nice, so generous, looking to help you in any way, both on the ice and off the ice. And they really look at you as you're their child. And I couldn't have been in a better spot.
So I'm here with Julie Nicoletti from Kinetic Fuel. And Julie, as hockey players, we always think about our hands and our feet, stick handling and skating, but vision is just as important.
It is.
So how does nutrition relate back to our vision?
Well, so as a hockey player, it's important that you can spot the puck from as far away as possible, right? So if your eyesight is good, you see the puck, gives your brain more time to process the information and your body more time to get into position.
Better game.
That's right, competitive edge.
So what's your recommendation?
So we often think that carrots are good for our eyes, and they are, but they help decrease cataracts, macular degeneration, and glaucoma.
So it's when we're a little older.
Yes,
maybe.
Exactly, hopefully. So it's actually orange peppers and dark green leafy vegetables that provide 2 antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin, that help improve vision now.
So I know that I'm not going to eat these alone. My kids probably won't eat them on their own.
True.
I notice you have some yummy hummus here.
Yes.
So you can dip them in hummus, or you can, I imagine you can have the greens with oil and salt.
Yes, you could make the greens into a salad. You can actually put them into a smoothie if you wanted. The orange pepper you could make into fajitas or add it to chicken cacciatore or some sort of omelet even. So you actually could eat an orange pepper like an apple, or you could slice it and dip it in the hummus.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. See what I did there? I see. Right.
Yeah, good one.
Witness the speed and power of elite student athletes on display. A trip to the NCAA Men's Frozen Four is at stake, but first they must earn a regional crown. It all comes down to this moment, and the winner advances to the Frozen Four. Be there to share the experience with your family and friends. The 2016 NCAA Division I Men's Ice Hockey Northeast Regional, March 25th and 26th at the DCU Center in Worcester, Massachusetts. Visit ncaa.com/Frozen4 to secure your tickets today.
I'm here with Wack from Monkey Sports Superstore here in beautiful Norwood, Massachusetts. Wack, we got the new CCM rib quartz, the Reckoner. Yeah, man, you got to tell me about this stick. I've read a lot about this.
This pulls from the 40K influence. Still a lot of the same elements that went into the 40K, low action stick, very explosive, effortless loading stick.
What are some of the major differences between this and the 40K? Well,
they've changed from the multiple ribs down into the hosel. They went to one bigger, fat, singular rib. It's about maybe halfway from the shaft down. It's going to reinforce and give a little more durability to the stick and that low kind of volatile action.
All right, so the technology behind the stick you're saying will affect accuracy.
I would like to think so. If you think about the geometry of the stick, we're talking the overall profile and the shape of the stick, it's a very boxy shaft. They have a ratio that's really going to alter the way the stick flexes, and where it really won't flex is in the torsional, and it's actually stiffer on the top and the bottom of the shaft as opposed to the face of the shaft. So what you're going to get is a stick that's going to bow under your weight. So when you load up into that shot and you snap it off, the last thing you want that stick to do is have any torsional flexing or twisting in the stick.
So it won't it's not going to twist necessarily because of the reinforcement.
That's the idea, is to keep that twisting element at bay and give you the ability to keep that shot accurate and put it where you want to put it as opposed to going high glass every single time.
So I will no longer go high glass if I'm using the Reckoner.
He will go high glass every single time. It doesn't matter with him.
Known primarily as an elite academic institution for much of its 150 years, Cushing Academy has also forged an identity as a hockey superpower. Producing NHL talent like Tom Poti and Keith Yandel, and Olympic-level talent like Megan Duggan and Erica Lawler has afforded the Penguins a recruiting advantage few schools can rival. But the road to hockey success has seen its share of fits and starts. While the boys program has a longer resume of success, girls hockey has made its own story in a short period of time.
The girls here, for one thing, play more than one sport. So we talk about ice hockey because that's what they really want to do. And when you bring them into a world-class arena, a world-class locker room, state-of-the-art everything, and it's easier to recruit that, to an arena. And then once you start talking about, that they can play other sports as well, and they can play, their field hockey, they can play their soccer, they can play their lacrosse, they can play any other sport they want and incorporate it into their ice hockey. They feel more comfortable with that because on the girls' side, they like to be involved.
When I went to school here, we were one of the top teams in New England. We made it to the finals my 2 years that I was here. Unfortunately lost, but we made it there. And then when I came to the program, it wasn't at a, I don't want to say it was at a down point, but it wasn't necessarily where it was when I was here. And I think working with the program and the girls and bringing what I learned at UNH was kind of the, the seed I wanted to plant in the rebuild of the program.
I think the biggest thing they had to do is they had to get enough players into the arena, enough players into, enough student athletes in to play the game. When we first got here, we had, maybe a line and a half of players. So you're trying to figure out how do I get it to the next level. Well, that means you need to bring in, extraordinary student athletes to take those spots over. So our job at that time, because we functioned as a group here, even the boys' side as well as the girls' side, is to figure out how to do that.
The number of people here who are just so passionate about the sport, it's contagious. So being here, I think, really kind of fostered that for me and helped my growing love for the game and my passion for it. When you have like-minded people around you that have similar goals, it just further fuels that passion.
I'm here with Sean Kennedy from FMCI Sports. We are in Revere, Mass at the Corona Memorial Rink, where we're going to talk about shooting.
Yeah, we'll go over the fundamentals of shooting, receiving passes, putting the puck in a position where we can get off a successful shot, and the weight transfer associated with shooting.
Beautiful, do it. Sean, so I guess it's important when you are about to take a one-timer, placing that puck in the right spot, right?
Yeah, you want to make sure your teammate gives you a good pass. You want to make sure also that you know where your shot is going to go. Pick a target and follow through.
All right, so let's see it. All right, obviously shooting is a fun part of the game. A lot of hockey players like to work on their shot, and specifically with that one-timer, great way to catch the goalie off guard, find the weak side of the ice, puck goes in the net.
Yeah, it's pretty fun coming down on your off wing, finding a buddy that passes it over to you. You can score more goals. Everybody wants to do that. In terms of practicing this on your own, find a wall, find a buddy that wants to pass to you. You can slide a ball off the wall and practice that one time and score more goals.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Witness the speed and power of elite student athletes on display. A trip to the NCAA Men's Frozen Four is at stake, but first they must earn a regional crown. It all comes down to this moment, and the winner advances to the Frozen Four. Be there to share the experience with your family and friends. The 2016 NCAA Division I Men's Ice Hockey Northeast Regional, March 25th and 26th at the DCU Center in Worcester, Massachusetts. Visit ncaa.com/Frozen4 to secure your tickets today.
All right, I'm here with Jimmy Hayes of the Boston Bruins. Jimmy, today we're going to talk about a drill that we can use anywhere, not necessarily in a gym, right?
Yeah, this is an easy drill. You just need a hockey stick. It's called a core instability into an overhead squat.
All right, and you need a partner to do this, right?
Yes, you could use any one of your teammates or coaches.
Or brother.
Or brother.
Let's go. Let's check it out. All right, so like I said before, any exercise that incorporates a hockey stick is a good exercise to me. So, guys, show us how it's done.
So in this drill here, it's gonna sit nice and athletic, and it's gonna be more for me here by using my core instability with my partner, giving some moderate resistance, trying to move me off balance. So I'm just trying to hold whatever way he's pushing, I'm pushing the opposite way.
And you'll just tell him how hard or to lighten up.
Yeah, it's a communication. So as you get better and stronger, you can add your partner to get more resistance, get competitive with one another.
And you go from here to where?
You go from here to the core, right into an overhead squat to work on leg power, and this allows you to be able to embrace a hit, and with that core being involved in the leg strength, so when an opponent's coming to hit you, you'll be ready to take that hit.
All right, so that drill, not only is it fun, but it's like a little competition with that guy across from you.
Yeah, you can have your partner push you, and it helps you engage your core, and that squat at the end helps increase leg power, so when an opponent's coming to hit you, you be ready to embrace it with your core stability and leg strength.
I got Jimmy Hayes from the Boston Bruins.
Building long-term success for Cushing's hockey program began decades ago. With longtime athletic director Wayne Sanborn leading the way, Steve Jacobs spent 28 years building a culture worthy of the Cushing standard. As such, when Jacobs retired 9 years ago, the legacy baton was handed to Rob Gagnon. After nearly a decade at the helm, Gagnon has never lost sight of the Cushing way.
Today we have Tommy Pody, class of 1996, Boston University, and we have Peter Metcalf, class of 98, University of Maine. So in honor of those two guys, we're going to do our main shooting to start. And right after the main shooting, we get rebounds. Instead of going into our normal series, we're going to go into the BU 3-shot to honor a little bit of Maine and a little bit of BU Cushing alum. How's that sound? I want lots of talk, so everyone the puck across both blue lines.
We reestablished the hockey program back in 1983. And we did have hockey here at Cushing for a number of years before that, but they took some time off. But we reestablished it in 1983, and one of the main reasons we did that was for the admissions program. You know, it would beef up the admissions. We'd be able to draw a whole different student athlete, and so the decision was to start program. And we wanted to start the program on the highest level. We didn't want to go through the JV program first. So we went out and looked for the finest athletes we could find.
They played a huge role, not just on the ice, but off the ice too, because you have to be in class on time. No one's kind of kicking you a butt and saying, wake up, go to class, go do this, do your homework, get everything done, show up at the rink on time. Your parents aren't dropping you off and bringing you to practice and taking you home. So off ice, that was huge for me to kind of get my life in order and do things the right way, get on a schedule, so to say. And then on the ice, it developed me into the player I was. When I came to Cushing, I was an average player. I wouldn't say I was, really, really good or better than anybody or not. Like my sophomore year, I probably played, I was maybe the 5th, 6th defenseman. And then after a year here, like under their practices, under Coach Jacobs, he kind of helped me be the player I was today by, making me grow as a player, teaching me offense and defense, and just kind of how to put everything together.
After 26 years, I'm still in contact with guys that I coached back in 1990, 1991, 1992. Guys who have gone and made successful careers for themselves. So it goes beyond just a season. I think one of the things that Coach Jacobs and I always stress you know, once you're part of the program, you're part of it forever, and that you're part of this family.
Feels like yesterday. It feels like I'm coming up here to come to practice and you know, suit up in the locker room and, you know, get after it. But it's definitely special for me to kind of come back, you know, give back as much as I can. I learned a lot here. A lot of people went out of their way to help me and do good things for me. Coach Troy, Coach Jacobs, Coach Devin, they kind of went out of their way. So I have no problem coming up here and helping out at practice, or, you know, talking to some of the kids and just kind of being around to show them, like, I was here where you guys were 20-something years ago, and, you know, you guys can do it with a lot of hard work, dedication. You can go where you want to go.
We get better and better every year, the program, and we had to do a lot of things to make our program a little bit better than our peer schools, because, you know, we were competing against all the prep schools to get the same athletes, basically. And so we did things like go to Europe, played over the winter break. We'd go to Europe and play Switzerland, Sweden, Finland, and we also ran a tournament here called the Watkins Tournament, which involved 8 of the finest reputable prep schools, hockey prep schools in New England, to get us a good reputation with them so that we could play them during the year.
We built a great winning culture, you know. Again, the energy around the campus, the level of support, the people, the athletic department, the headmaster, all the people in the school. It just kept building and building and building, and the focus was, you know, not just on the hockey program, but the whole school, and the hockey program benefited from that, and, you know, it continues to grow today.
Obviously, every year our team is different, but our culture never changes. We really want to get competitive kids who are willing to be curious, creative, and confident learners and leaders. And if we could do that, then we think we're going to, you know, be successful.
I think it's leadership and the coaching, the people that they bring in here. I think if you play hockey, you know, it's one of the top schools that you're looking at, because you know you come here, you're going to improve, you're going to compete to playing big games. The schedule is a good, strong one, and if you have you know, dreams about maybe taking it to the next level, you know that you're going to be seen here as well.
The consistency of the program, I think, is something that is beyond what most programs have, and it continues on today. It's very exciting.
You'll see a whole bunch of scouts in the stands watching these kids play. So that tells you right there that the level that you're watching and you're playing in. So for a kid, again, that is very exciting, knowing that if you're dreaming about playing this game someday down the road at the highest level, that this league is a good one.